Well-known pastor Maurice Westby has lost his battle with cancer. The 59-year-old died yesterday morning at the Carl Huschner Memorial Hospital. Love News spoke earlier today with his widow, Betty Westby.
It started in December last year. He wasn't feeling well, but attended the doctors here in Belize and they were treating him for sinus. And so, but it never got better, and so in April of this year, he went to the States, and there they did a biopsy and found out that it was cancer in his nasal cavity. We tried to get treatment in the States, but unfortunately, because we didn't have insurance, you know, we only could have afforded some of the treatment. So we came back to Belize in June and we sought treatment in Merida, got the treatment, and then we went back in July to the States for like maybe a checkup to see what progress we made, but just to go back and find out that no progress was made with the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy, and that the cancer had spread. The doctors in the States said there would, because of all the places in his body that the cancer had spread to, the treatment that he would need would be so aggressive, it would kill him faster than if we just allowed him to live out however long God had wanted him to.
Pastor Westby was very involved with the community in which he lived. He had a vision to get people, particularly those residing in rural communities, to become self-sufficient.
He loved to help and to reach out to people. I'll give you a little story. During a season of an election, I won't call names, but the candidate running in our area at the time called all the pastors to a meeting and asked the pastors what would be the need in their churches of the people in their church. And so all the pastors gave needs of their members. And so when it was his turn, he said, our people don't have any need. And that kind of hit everybody strangely. Why would you say that? Because, and his answer was simply, because our people work for what they need. And that's the kind of person he was. He would push a person. He would help initially to get somebody, like we would say, on their feet and show them how we can do this and how we can make this thing prosperous and that it will be able to sustain you or to help you to make a living or a better living. And so that was the person he was. He wanted to see his people develop and be self-sufficient, not to be depending on politicians and all the gimmicks that they offer around election time or whatever. But he wanted people to know that God has given every person a gift that they can use to make a living. And so that was one thing that he was so passionate about, is to see development in his area, in his country. He wanted people to excel and to do and work with their hands.
Betty Westby said her husband's life was about people and not religion. Pastor Maurice Westby leaves behind to mourn his wife, 5 children, and a host of relatives and friends. Funeral services will be held on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock at Living Word Ministries in Crooked Tree Village.